よ。
Well, look who we have here. Haven't seen your mug in a while.
It's only been 2 or 3 days. Where's Koana?
How should I put this? Would you freak out if he was right behind you?
You know, this kind of shit is why you get on my nerves.
Couldn't we have done this by phone?
I just came from seeing Reiko Kusamoto. I told her to turn herself in for murdering Kawai 5 years ago.
You what?
What did she have to say about that?
That she had no sins to atone for.
Of course not. Look, what do you think you're doing? Her part in this is done. Don't drag her back into it.
This isn't yours to finish. You would just let Sawa-sensei stay collateral damage. How do you think her folks feel? They probably think you killed their daughter. And they don't know why, or if justice will be served. Do they have to suffer like that? All without even knowing the truth? Would Sawa-sensei want that? You talk about justice, but she keeps getting left out. You aren't even trying when it comes to her.
Say whatever you want, but if you cause Kusamoto-san any more pain, I will never forgive you.
That's exactly why I didn't tell you I was going to meet her.
Listen, Yagami. She hides it well, but she's never gotten over the fact Mitsuru tried to jump to his death. And she's not sure how to feel about killing Kawai. Unlike me.
If she was anything like you, I would have pushed her harder to confess.
There's no evidence that she killed Kawai. He simply vanished from Kamurocho, and the police didn't even know about it. Besides, there's no case without a corpse. Point being, she'll never be charged. Even if she did turn herself in, the police wouldn't know what to do with her.
Don't think for a second that you're getting a pass here. You've killed, what, 7 people now? Do you even hesitate anymore?
You got proof? Running around making baseless accusations. You sure you were a real fucking lawyer?
My colleagues in Kamurocho are getting ready to appeal Ahara's case.
I wouldn't even call that bad news. I want the world to know their bullies are getting what they're... And by then, I'll probably be going by a different name.
You're just gonna keep doing this?
Is that the only thing? Truth be told, I don't think exposing...
What?
Sawa-kun herself felt guilty.
What is this?
After Ahara-san lost in court,
Toshiro-kun came running to the roof, and a few minutes later, the student will never forget the fear I saw in Toshiro-kun's face. He told me about everything. The teasing, the beatings, though nobody was on his side. And yet, I had to deny all this. They said there was no hope. That I was the only witness. Believe me, I never want...
Sawa-kun's testimony in court was false. And she was...
And your first thought was to record it?
Yes. And then I played it for Ahara-san.
All you did was light the fires of vengeance in Ahara's heart because...
You know, I've heard that bullying is almost instinctive. I mean, think about it. Would you stop cleaning a toilet just because it'll get filthy again? Somebody's always got to get his hands dirty.
And that somebody's gonna be you?
If it means I can prevent another Mitsuru Kusamoto, yes, I will keep killing. These bastards who prey on the defenseless must be punished for all to see. I wish the law would do its job. Because deep down, I don't want to do any of this.
I understand what you're saying, but you're taking it too far. Just stop, Koana.
If you really want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me. And call it justice.
I thought you guys were gonna start another fight. It was a bitch cleaning up the mess last time.
Next time I go up against him, it won't be just a few scratches.
Well, when that time comes...
Hello?
It's Shirosaki. Are you in Yokohama again, Yagami-san?
Yeah. Is this about Ahara's trial?
Yes, regarding the appeal. The prosecution says they want to consult with us.
Off the record.
They want to discuss with the judge beforehand whether or not Ahara's murder footage. The video has gone viral, of course, and nobody's really sure how to handle it.
Is the prosecution really gonna hold the line on it being a deep...
That's quite possible, which is...
Of course. I'll be there.
Thank you very much. No need...
So what you're saying is, Yui Mamiya was not a victim of sexual battery, but rather we've already closed the book on that ordeal.
To establish the defendant's motive in the harassment, the groping itself was staged. It was all part of their...
It sounds like the defendant has some strong hostility.
Ahara got the court to accept his murder alibi. It was easy to miss. Because but we have to admit that we all got...
We? You're not even a
Yagami-sensei still has a license.
Forget what I said if it offended you.
My superiors always told me that in his youth, he'd insist his clients were innocent. He was hostile to the prosecution, but it was his sheer disrespect.
Damn. You sure no one...
Because I honestly can't say I like him.
I'll tell you this. There's no higher praise for the defense than being called difficult by the prosecution.
Now, if we can get back on... Can we confirm the defendant
Yes.
himself...
But if Ehara really committed the murder,
Ahara's objective isn't to get away with
then
murder.
what is he after?
Making a mockery of the legal system.
Then it'd be best not to pay him any attention.
And you'd be right. If your priority is saving face in front of the court rather than preserving fairness in the law.
You've got a real attitude.
Sorry I'm a bit late.
So, with this appeal, the defense wants to assert the defendant's innocence by establishing his guilt in a murder.
Wait, before we go on...
He's from the Metropolitan Police. Considering Ehara was on the force, he has a vested interest here. He's not here to participate, don't worry.
The police can't afford to be embarrassed any further.
Can we have your name, please?
The name is Bando.
And your title?
Think of me as a kind of police coordinator. But don't let me interrupt the proceedings. Forget I'm even here.
So much for this meeting being...
Allow me to restate the prosecution's opinion. We cannot allow the murder footage to be... It's nothing but an online hoax of unknown origin.
Indeed.
Furthermore, if Ehara bears such hostility
Trap.
Yes. What if the next viral video proves the original footage was doctored? What if the proceedings have already begun by then? We cannot allow a man like Ehara to swing the court around by its nose at his... With that in mind, I believe Ehara's conviction... Would the defense care to comment? Did you think any of this
Yes.
through?
We aim to prove the defendant's innocent.
And what about you?
We will prove Ahara's innocent of sexual battery.
You mean the murder video? You're no better. Is there any real proof that the video is... Or are you trying to set a precedent for...
True, the prosecution might...
What?
The murder footage may not have shown Ahara-san assaulting anyone, but that alone doesn't prove him innocent.
Oh, right.
What is this nonsense?
Ahara's guilty of... We don't think there was enough evidence at the first trial.
There was fiber from the victim's underwear.
That was a trick.
There is no evidence it was a trick. Are you saying Yui... Was there perhaps any security
No, the station erases the footage from their camera.
Right. But if there's... What were the other deciding factors? Security footage? The smartphone videos we kept seeing on TV? Those don't prove the crime either.
What?
We've done enough legwork to know. Did you walk around the site with
Well, no.
Then you must know they have a mountain of security. But if you went there to look carefully, that's a Hara running, while Mamiya chases after him. It seems as though the whole chase is recorded. But this area in dotted lines is a blind spot. That's the momentary gap in time where Ahara and his double switch.
The victim was running right behind Ehara.
Oh, but she knew about the swap all along.
Can you prove that?
We don't have to prove the defendant is innocent.
What?
All we have to prove is that the evidence provided by the prosecution at the trial was insufficient to determine, because that's the role of the defense counsel.
Indeed it is.
If the prosecution can't debunk any and all possibility that the train groping was a put-up job, then it's innocent until proven guilty.
Then the defense should have brought it up the first time. Although I doubt Shirosaki-sensei actually...
The guilty verdict at the trial. It was our error not to have seen it at the time. But it would be another not to correct it.
Stop being so dramatic. He's just a subway...
That is a statement I cannot abide. The law can't give the impression that a false charge is permissible, even for a subway.
Right. I take that back. I misspoke.
I do believe this case is worth a trial in the appeal court. If the court was misled by a hostile defendant, then only the court can correct it.
Thank you very much.
However, I too have seen Ihara-san's murder footage. I believe it would be difficult to introduce it as evidence in this trial. Therefore, I cannot allow it to be brought into the courtroom at this time.
Sorry, son. Think you got this covered?
Huh?
I'll poke my head in at the office.
Very well.
Bando-san, was it?
I don't recall
Do
saying...
you know Reiko Kusamoto?
Of course.
Any particular reason she's under It's just you and me here.
I see you know how to cut to the chase, Yagami-sensei.
Ahara's trial can't be that important to you, so I have to figure I'm the reason you showed up. You want to know where Kawana is. Were you finally forced to get off your ass because...
Kawana, otherwise known as Yu Kitakata.
Wanted for murder? Huh. Because you know, I thought it was... You think you can hide that fact forever? Even the cops in the field have their suspicion.
Do they? Officers in the field complain about their superiors.
And why did you use thugs as your pawn? Is that how Sawa-sensei got roped in? You knew it was going to be a dirty job from the beginning. Or maybe you just weren't able to find an underling you could... Public security's only tricks are surveillance and call tracing.
That may be true.
I'm gonna ask just in case. Where is Soma?
Hand over Kawana to me.
What?
Do you have a reason to protect him? He's a disturbance to public order.
But he wasn't the one who killed
I didn't come here to argue. I came to issue an ultimatum.
Really, guys?
Yagami-san, was everything okay back there? That man, Bondo, I knew something was off about him. Is he one of the men behind RK?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. He was trying to find out where Kawana was.
I see. That reminds me, Hoshino-kun seems to have heard some rumors about RK. Hoshino-kun, did you
Yeah. One of the bosses, Akutsu.
He's back?
He's number 2 in the group, isn't he?
Yeah, so he would probably know about Soma.
Well, I'm not sure if you're aware, Yagami-san, but RK owns some of the cabaret clubs in Kamurocho, and Akutsu manages them. If a girl makes a lot of sales, or if she becomes a rising star in the club, Akutsu apparently gives that girl a bonus, personally.
How do you know this stuff, Hoshino-kun?
Our clients come from all walks of life in Kamurocho, cabaret girls included.
So to sum it all up,
Yeah,
a popular...
but this week nobody was getting that, which is how I figured out Akutsu is back in Kamurocho.
Oh, wow.
That's the part I don't know. RK bosses never sleep in the same place twice.
But despite the risk, Akutsu's...
Hey, I'm not even mad. In fact, I'm up for the challenge.
Awesome, Saori-san. If you can rock the cabaret gig again...
It'd be an undercover mission to infiltrate our... Super risky. But...
What the hell's got...
Are there any bars we know for sure?
There is. You remember Queen Rouge? The RK recently took over the man...
Queen Rouge. What about the owner?
Yep, he's still there. Only thing is, it used to be a classy spot, but they've cut a lot of corners.
Well...
Hey, totally!
This is no time to be idiots.
Okay, well, Saori-san, you'll need the whole makeover.
No need, I'll be... Just the other day, Mari-san and I figured out what kind of makeup goes over...
Mari? Well,
With all due respect.
Oh. Okay, then can I look at the makeup you designed with Mari, and if...
There will be no need to fix anything.
Yeah,
It's
sure, but... Okay, I'll leave it to you, Saori.
Believe me, I'm not one to boast, but I'm...
That's the spirit.
True. And we've got Yagami-san's with...
All right, should we get on with the mission?
Let's do that.
Oh, wow. That is nice.
You can thank Mari.
It's perfect. I'm really impressed.
Fine. Well,
Oh, while you were doing your makeup, I talked like Hoshino-kun said. There's apparently a system in place where a girl with great sales potential gets...
I understand. Basically, I just have to aim to be number 1 at the bar.
How confident are you?
I can't make any guarantee.
Then I'm with you all the way. Ready, Saori-san?
I pass by this place sometimes, but it's been a while since I've sighed.
The owner remembered you from last time. Said he wished you were there every night instead of just...
The undercover cabaret girl of his dreams return.
Take this before you... It's a wireless earpiece. If you end up going somewhere without... I'll be there in a flash if things...
Got it. I know...
You bet.
Ah! Oh! Saori-san! Yeah. Looking at you takes me back to better days. You are a cut above. A sight for sore eyes.
Nice to see you again. Have you been well?
I'm fine. I'm fine! Last time you were here, we were a good place. Now, we're just a fast and cheap dive bar. With mediocre service.
Yes, I heard a bit about...
Keep this on the down low, but, so we sold the bar. Ever since they took over, we don't even make a profit, unless we're shuffling people in
But
and
I hear
out.
the girls with promise catch the eye of the art.
So you already know about that. If they notice a special, or maybe Akutsu-san.
Where do girls usually meet up with
No particular location. Haha! But you have your eye on that bonus, I see. Well, if it